The rise of the foldables. I'm so jealous of the Chinese market for foldables right now. We got the Oppo Find N versus the Vivo X Fold. I'm Rio Gion and welcome to the channel. For the Oppo, it's the last year's, or depending on when you watch this, it's a generation behind the Vivo. So this phone packs the Snapdragon 888, while the Vivo rocks the 8 Gen 1. So if specs matter to you, then hands down, just go with the Vivo. In terms of storage, none of the phones have microSD, which isn't a surprise, although if a phone does in the future, that would be awesome, but I'm not holding my breath. Any phones can go up to 512 gigs with 12 gigs of RAM, which is good. Not great, because if you plan on using the phone as an emulation device, I would recommend going with 1TB, because we're getting to the point where PS2 and GameCube games are getting really good and slowly inching towards a Switch, so I might say 1TB is better. So hopefully, if they won't sell us microSD expansion, hopefully they'll do 1 to 2TB storage option for the super power user, because a regular power user would think 512GB is enough, unless I'm wrong. If I am wrong, then power users, use your power to comment down below and let me know. Anyways, the same can be said for GPU. The Oppo is using the Adreno 660 and the Vivo is using the Adreno 730. So if you want better performance, go with the Vivo. Also, none of the foldables have headphone jacks, but I think it's something that people are comfortable with. Not having it, like, I'm okay without headphone jack because it doesn't affect me as much, but the lack of microSD kinda does, because I have to work around with my 1TB thumb drive, link below if interested. As for the size, the Oppo is more portable device because it's smaller of the two. It's a 7.1 inch screen, but the way how it opens is different from the Vivo. So the Oppo opens horizontally, like landscape mode. So it's wide and not tall like the Vivo, which on video looks unique, and I think some may prefer this one over the Vivo because when it's folded, it's a much smaller footprint than the Vivo. It's also lighter than the Vivo at 275 grams, while the Vivo is a big boy at 311 grams. Fun fact, the Fold 3 is actually lighter than the Oppo at 271 grams, but not by much in fact, so I don't think you can tell the difference if you're one of the lucky few that can hold both phones to compare. The Vivo is majestic AF because it's 8.03 inches when unfolded. It is a behemoth standing next to the Oppo. It is a towering comparing to the Oppo, and I freaking love it. Looking at videos make me feel in love with the device, and I have no idea how big it actually is in real life, or if it's even too big, if that's a thing. I mean, at this point in the game, is there such a thing as too big of a phone? I mean, you know what they say, people get large phones to compensate for something they lack. I guess I need a lot of compensation because the Vivo seems like something I really want to get if I can get my grubby Asian hands on it. Of course, there's the price, but if the big boys at the Vivo headquarters are somehow magically watching this video and want to give me a review unit, then that'd be awesome. But I feel like I'm not big enough for that yet, so onwards with these thoughts and feeling videos. Personally, I don't care for the cameras that much, but I feel like some of you that are watching might. So the Oppo has its 50 megapixel 1.8 wide, 13 2.4 telephoto, 16 2.2 ultra wide, also a 32 2.4 selfie and a 32 2.4 cover camera, versus the Vivo 50 1.8 wide, 8 3.4 periscope, 12 2.0 telephoto, 48 2.2 ultra wide, also a 16 2.5 selfie. That's a lot of numbers, so what do they all mean? Okay, the main camera, it looks like they're both the same at 51.8, and the telephoto seems to be better on the Vivo because the Oppo has a 13 2.4, but the Vivo has a 12 2.0. Even though the megapixel is less, but the aperture is better. number, because I believe picture, the lower the number, the better it actually is. So I think with picture quality, it would look better on the Vivo. Unless I'm wrong, then there's a camera expert watching that would be more than happy to comment down below to tell me how wrong I am, which is something I'm hoping for, because I feel like the numbers alone tell only one part of the story. Anyways, if you really want to spend time going through the numbers, then I have the link where I get the specs in the description below that like button for you to check out. Anyways, I watched videos on both camera performance and I feel like the Vivo is slightly better. I'm saying this with a question mark because they look really similar to me, but the Vivo, you do get a periscope camera, so that's something you want to consider if you're heavy on the camera with your phone. So in terms of having a wider array of cameras to use, I think the Vivo would beat the Oppo just because the Vivo has a periscope camera and the Oppo does not. So for the Oppo you have a 4500 milliamp and the Vivo you have 4600. For as big as the Vivo phone is, I thought they'll sell you a 5 or a 6000 milliamp, but 4600? I think the battery will be on life support like my Fold 3. On the Vivo, on the Oppo it might fare a little bit better because it's a smaller screen. The battery says 100 milliamp difference, but I don't think the 888 overheat as much as the 8 Gen 1, so on paper it should be better than the Vivo, but I also think the Oppo's battery life will probably be on life support similar to my Fold 3. Guys, come on, for folding phones you need to have big batteries. Like, I don't know why phone makers care so much about the weight of a fold phone when you know it's going to be heavy. Like, I honestly do not know if there's any way around this, but at the end of the day, if you're stacking two phones into one, it's gonna be heavy. So why not just go all out and include two giant batteries to have the phone really go all out? If I was a phone maker and I'm making a foldable, I would do the thing that Samsung does and make two versions. One slim, sleek, sexy for the people that want something small, but on the other one, I go all out, make it majestic AF, hulking behemoth, because I know that the people that are buying the phones are the ones that will use everything to its fullest potential. So easily, I will do 7000 milliamp, make the phone weigh like 500 gram, have like an 8.5 or 9 inch screen, really stretch the word portable, because the normal screen will be like 7 inches like a Note 20 Ultra, because this is the end all be all phone with everything. And I know if I could make a phone, I will do 2 terabytes of storage plus 2 micro SD expansion, because one isn't enough. You're gonna have 2 micro SD slot, one on each side of the phones, and on the other side it's gonna have a dual SIM slot. So this way I appeal to both markets. But this is a giant phone, so I would also include a headphone jack on top of that. I'll make the dual batteries removable to bring you back to the golden ages of phones. So, because for my made up phone I cannot nickel and dime you like companies you're all so familiar with, I will sell it as an awesome package. It will include a regular charger and a car charger, along with fancy headphones, a case, and oh, the phone will have tempered glass pre-applied from the factory, and a direct input controller, because I know this is something that I would want. So this will be marketed as the ultimate emulation device that happens to be a phone as well, and I will sell it for $3,500 because I cannot nickel and dime with anything, so the price is going all out as well. This is marketed for the ultimate hardcore super omega power user and gamer, because personally, if such a device exists, I wouldn't mind saving the cash for it. But this is a pipe dream, so I'm glad you made it this far in the video to hear me out. Anyways, for those that made it down in the comments below, let me know, is this something you're interested in? Going back to reality, if I were to get one of the two, I'd probably go with the Vivo, just because the Oppo doesn't seem that appealing to me personally with the design, but who knows, I could change my mind if I get my hands on a real thing. The Oppo is 1,360 bucks starting, and the Vivo is 13,000 euros starting. shipping, which translates to like $1,370.68, at least at the time of the video that I'm writing the script. If the price doesn't matter, and honestly, if you're in the market for a foldable, most likely to you, price doesn't matter. I would go with the Vivo just because it looks majestic AF. So if you're new, click subscribe, the bell, comment, thumbs up for more content. You guys stay awesome.